As far back as I can remember, my mom and dad walked out on me and my sisters. It made me feel unloved and unwanted.
As long as I can remember, I thought I was a pretty tough guy. I could handle anything put in front of me. If people got in my way, my anger would get the best of me.
I can't remember a time growing up that I wasn't insecure with my weight. I never truly loved myself for who I was.
I've struggled with depression and rebellion all of my life. It got really bad my 8th grade year. I started hanging out with the wrong crowd and not listening to my grandma. One day, I took pills to my cousin at school, and he got caught with them. He snitched on me and I got arrested for it. I spent 30 days in jail, and when I got out, I went back to the same friends and the same old habits that I used to. I got arrested 9 more times after that, but I didn't go to jail.
My anger got the best of me one day at school when a kid started mouthing off to me. I pushed him into the locker and he pushed back, and that started a school fight.
I remember being in kindergarten and being called fat on the first day of school, and there was always that one person who would say, "She's beautiful for a big girl."
I felt like nothing could stop me. I didn't care that I got in trouble, but deep down inside, I knew that something needed to change.
I felt pretty bad by what I did, but something in my life needed to change.
My weight made me feel worthless, like a big waste of space, and I thought that maybe being thinner would solve all of my problems.
After court, when I got out of jail, me and my mom and my little sister went to Burger King. We had just sat down to eat when a kid from school named David Hess came up and talked to us. He introduced me to a YFC leader. They both tried talking me into going to Campus Life that night. I really didn't want to go, but my mom and sister talked me into it.
One day at school, an adult leader from Youth for Christ told me and a couple others to come for Youth for Christ that night. I had nothing better to do, so I went. From then on, I started going to Campus Life each week. I went on the Detroit mission trip and some other fun trips.
One day at school, an adult leader from Youth for Christ passed out a flyer for a hiking trip that was in Kentucky. And because of my weight loss journey, I wanted to go. So I signed up for the trip to take a break from Greenville and try something new. After that trip, I wanted to know more of what Youth for Christ was like, so I started going to Campus Life on Monday nights and started getting more involved.
I ended up going that night and I had an absolute blast. I felt like Campus Life was the wake-up call I'd been waiting for.
To me, Youth for Christ is a giant family. We have fun, we laugh, we cry, we go on some amazing trips. We all get along. It's a place you can be real and you just be yourself.
Youth for Christ is something that I look forward to. It's meaningful to me because without it, I don't know if I would have ever known God's love for me.
For me, Campus Life was my safe place.
It is a safe place.
A safe place.
At a YFC mission trip in Detroit, we had a night during devotions that we had the chance to surrender something we wanted forgiveness for. We were told to nail it to the cross. On my piece of paper, I wrote that I wanted God to forgive me for my old life, and I wanted to start new.
The first year I went on the Detroit mission trip, the evening devotions really had an effect on me. Later that night, I talked to a YFC adult leader about accepting Christ. I then decided it was time, so I prayed to receive Christ. Since that day, I still struggle with my anger, but with the word of Christ in my life, it's showing me the right way to go.
Now I know that the way that you look on the outside does not define who you are on the inside. I know now that I am bold, I am brilliant, and I am beautiful in God's eyes.
For me, Jesus is my ultimate safe place.
God is my safe place.
My safe place.
Just like it says in Psalms 32.
For you are my hiding place. You protect me from trouble. You surround me with songs of victory.
Songs of victory.
You, Lord, are my hiding place. You surround me with songs of victory.